Hi there, YouTube, and welcome back to my YouTube channel here at FXGK Millionaire. On today's video, guys, I'm just gonna show you guys my 5-minute super scalping strategy that you guys can apply on a daily basis if you only have the patience to trade and wait for this type of setups into the market. So with no further ado, gang, I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's jump straight into this video. So this trading strategy, guys, is basically a most common strategy, but a lot of traders is not basically using this type of strategy because why? This strategy is so common that they overlook it. So what we will look in this strategy, guys, and what is this strategy all about is all about our 5M, right? It's all about a 5-minute time frame, right? This strategy you can apply it on your 5 minute and your 1 minute, but I prefer you use your 5 minute, including all of your higher time frame confluence and all of that. I'm not gonna go into depth about that because why, you guys can just watch my previous videos. But this is only about the 5 minute, right? I call it the 5-minute super scalping strategy, right? So with this strategy, guys, we're only gonna wait for price to do two things, and that is our impulse, right? Oh, our writing is really bad today, but it's all good. See, our impulse. Our second thing we're gonna take a look at is our corrective, right? Please take notes, guys. Please take notes. And if you're new here, hit that like button right now and subscribe, right? Because I'm gonna put more out. Because I'm gonna produce more of this type of videos. So we're gonna need our impulse and we're gonna need our corrective. Our impulse move is basically a move once we see price moving rapidly in a particular direction and in the opposite direction as well. That is an impulse. We see price is moving really, really rapidly, fast in that particular direction. The other scenario is that our correction is once price, so let's price come to the downside, so now we can see price is basically coming slowly to the upside again. That is what we call our correction, right? Just vice versa as well. Let me just clean this. So let's say price was coming to the upside, so now we can see price basically come to the downside really slowly. It must come down slowly, right? That is one key. It must come down slowly. Basically showing it there's not a lot of intent, because why, if we see something like this, the strategy is not valid anymore. We cannot apply the strategy. You can only apply the strategy once price goes up and slowly come to the downside, right? That is what we will need. I hope you guys take notes while you going through this strategy. So the second thing, we have our correction and our impulse, right? So the second thing we're gonna need is our trend lines, right? We're gonna need our trend lines, guys. We're gonna need it for down and we're gonna need it for upside, right? Because why, the price is moving upside or downside. And one thing that you have to remember is that this strategy will only work once price is in a trending market condition. You cannot use this strategy once price is in an corrective, sorry, in a range or consolidation phase. You can only apply the strategy once price is trending, right? So we're gonna need our impulse, our corrective, and our trend lines. So what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna jump straight into the charts and I will show you guys what I mean about the strategy. And before I forgot, guys, you will get stopped out, but I give you all the clues right now to prevent that you will not get stopped out. So let's say price give us this move to the upside, right? We wait for our corrective, right? We place our trend line from the first one, and you can only place your trend line once we have two touches, right? There's our second touch. So once price give us a second touch, we can draw out a trend line and we can basically see now price is correctively coming to the downside. So once price starting to break out of our trend line and close above, we will enter this position right here, right? So, and our stop loss will be just down here. I know a lot of you guys don't trade with stop loss. It's all good. You can do what you want. So we can see price close above here and then continue to the upside, guys. If you put your stop to break even right here where you enter, and why, and prices basically starting to extend to the upside, price will most likely come and take your stop loss and then continue to the upside. That is the most common thing about the VIX75 market index. If you read it up, this is basically a ghost market, a fear-based market, and they know exactly where traders place their current stop loss. So guys, the best is to wait for our third extension in that particular direction, either bearish or bullish. Then you can place a stop loss to break even, at least right here, and then you give price time now to continue to the upside. But this is the most common thing that happens once you put your stop loss to break even. So let's just say in the opposite directions, we say price come to the downside, we see price come for our correction, right? Really slowly we draw a trend line from our first touch, our second. So once we have two touches, guys, we draw a trend line, we wait for price to close under. Once price close under this trend line, guys, we could take an entry right there. Don't put the stop loss to break even yet, place the stop loss just above this previous low, right? So once price come for that stop hunts or for a retest, right, we will see price continue to the downside. Then place your stop loss back to your break even, guys, and then give price time to continue in that particular direction. I hope you guys understand the strategy. So now, guys, let's jump straight into the charts. So let me just see where I can see a few examples for you guys. Hmm. So yeah, so you guys could see right here we have our impulsive move, right? We have an impulsive move. There we have our correction, right? So once you see your correction, we have one touch and a second touch right there. There we have a candle close out of our trend line. We will enter our position right there. Our stops will be just under here. So give price time to move, right? And then move your stops to break even. Yeah, you can see if you put your stops to break even, price would have come and stop you out. That is the common thing about the VIX75 market index. Once you trade it on that extension, price will come and hit the stop loss. There you guys can see it. Yeah, we can see we have another impulsive, and there we have another extension. Right here, price create a breakout of our trend line, a close above, and then continue to the momentum to the upside. You will take an entry right there, keep a stop just under here, and then let price run to the upside. Yeah, we can see we have this impulsive here again, and there we can see we have another correction here again. So now we have a close above our trend line. You could have taken entry right there. You see this candle right here. Basically, just come and hit your stop loss and then continue to the upside. That is why keep your stop loss right here. Wait for other bullish candle right there, place a stop to break even, and let price continue to the upside. So let's take examples on a bearish market condition. So I hope you guys understand what I mean about this, because right, this is a really common strategy, but it is really profitable, trust me. So here you guys can see we have an impulse move here to the downside, and here we can see we have this correction here to the upside, right? Price come to the down, come for this correction. There we have a close under our trend line. We can take an entry right there. That is high confirmation. Your stop will be just above here. As you guys could see, once price move in your direction, it comes for that stop hunts. It comes for that stop hunts. Once price time to move here, you can place your stop loss from after this candle to break even, let price run. Right here we can see price basically come for rapid retracement, right? Rapid retracement into this area, but this is just the basic simple standard retracement phase, and you could have taken entry right there. So here we can see price create this impulsive move here to the downside. So now we can see price starting to create another corrective phase for us to the upside. Once we see a corrective, guys, we only gonna need two touches, one and our second one, and there we can see prices basically continue after this range. There we have our impulsive candle. We could have taken entry right here. Our stop will be just above here, and we can see price basically come to the downside. Here we can see we have this candle right here that's basically come to hunt the stops, right? You can see this candle right here as well, basically come and hunts our stops right there, because right, they know once price move in that rapid direction, traders will move their stops into break even, right? So I'm just gonna do one more last example, guys. So then I want you guys to backtest it on your own charts and see if this strategy is basically valuable for you, because why, I've been using this strategy for a while and it's basically profitable. Oh, it's amazing. So as you guys can see, we have this lower high, and there we have our correction to the upside. There we have a break under our trend line, right? We could have taken entry right there, break the stop above there, and now don't put your stop to break even yet. You can see their price come reverse back, take your stops and then continue to the downside. Here we can see we have another corrective after this small impulsive. There we have a close under our trend line. Take your entry position right there. Don't put the stop to break even yet. There you guys can see after your enter, price will come and hunt your stops, and there price continue in your particular direction. I hope you guys understand this type of 5 minute super scalping strategy. Because why, guys, if you implement this strategy, please let me know in the comments how profitable you are. Because why, I can promise you this will make you profitable even more. Even if you have more advanced skills in this market, I can promise you this strategy, guys, will give you a even better edge. Because why, the market is basically repeating himself over and over. That is why I want to share and give you guys some value. Because why, I know a lot of you guys are still lost and tell me that the market is tricky, but it's only tricky to a point that where you're figuring out. Because why, guys, somehow we're making money in this market, right? We make money into this market, so we will figure things out. Because why, the market shows patterns over and over and repeating himself over and over. And if you're not taking notes or journal your trades while you're going through the process, guys, you will not basically understand one once the market starting to show a certain type of pattern or setup, you will not be prepared. Because why, you didn't journal your trades. That is why I can give you guys this simple 5 minute super scalping strategy. Because why, I journaled this strategy and I know this is working for me and it will work for you guys. So it's your boy FX GK Millionaire, and I'm